Hey, Billy Buck here from WAME, and September is Recovery Month, and we're joining you today to talk about prevention of substance misuse. Today our guests are Iredell-Statesville School Superintendent, Dr. Jeff James, and Michelle Wigley, District Substance Use Coordinator, and they're going to talk about the school system's substance misuse prevention efforts.
I'm Dr. Jeff James, Superintendent here at Iredell-Statesville Schools. Glad to be with you today on Recovery Month to talk about a few things the system is doing to help support drug awareness and, of course, recovery and intervention. And I would say the first program that is probably common to most people in our community is DARE, which is Drug Abuse Resistance Education. That's been in our schools for quite a while. It's generally taught in middle school, but it is a program in conjunction with the Sheriff Department and other law enforcement agencies that's been going on for some time. We have done a program called GREAT also, another acronym. We have many of those in education. And of course SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions. And that's what we do in our high schools. And those are two of the main programs that come to mind. But a staggering statistic that I learned in a lot of the research that educators are involved in, of course superintendents, about 2 years ago, it was sort of staggering to me, is that 2 out of every 5 live births are somehow impacted by drug abuse, whether it's directly from the mother to the baby or just the consequences of being in a home where drug abuse is occurring. I think this is near and dear to my heart to do everything we can as a school system to help with, of course, awareness, prevention, and recovery where all possible. So we have quite a few programs going on. Too Good for Drugs is another program that's provided through a grant that our county just recently received. And one program, when I was here before as a teacher and assistant principal, that I felt was state of the art, and Iredell County was at the forefront, was our student assistance providers, which were at every middle and high school. These were additional counselors that dealt directly with issues that our teenagers and young adults were having to deal with in their daily lives. And unfortunately, I've lived here all my life, and I've always been concerned about the times in our county where we've had some suicides, and that number has gone up or down, just trying to make sure that we're doing what we can as part of the community to ensure that we educate our students and provide them counseling services. And unfortunately, I think for some of our teachers, they found that they're doing much more than the 3 R's, writing, arithmetic, and reading. They're having to become counselors, mental health support specialists, and with COVID-19, as an educator, it worries me even more because social emotional supports is a great deal of what we do as educators. So I mentioned Too Good for Drugs, that's 6th through 9th grade, so it's touching middle and high school. Substance abuse assessment for students, we have a board policy, so if we do have students that get in trouble with substance abuse, we do ask them as a reduction in their discipline to attend counseling sessions and get help. If they agree to do that, of course, we reduce the discipline. Substance use and abuse work with individual students, and we refer them to outside agencies for additional support for the student and the family. Another one would be providing substance use specific training to our staffs, and our staffs would be paraprofessionals and our teachers as educators, making sure they understand the signs of possible drug use and how to report those, and most of all, get students help. It's not about the punishment, it's about providing supports and help for students and families. We also collaborate with the Children's Hope Alliance. That's a great partnership we embarked upon several years ago. Just had a conversation this morning with Kelly Marcy, our Executive Director of Student Services, about the Children's Hope Alliance and some things we can do during COVID-19 and the paradigm shift that we're seeing in education right now. So making sure we're doing all we can as educators to reach out, support our young students, young adults, and be a ear. So I would commend our education staff, our employees, for jumping in, making phone calls, trying to touch base with every student, every parent, to ensure that we're still here, we're here to support you, and if you need additional support, it's what we can do to reach out. One good thing I think our school board has done recently, and of course county taxpayers and the county commissioners have provided us some more money in general funding, and we've used that to hire 6 additional nurses, which brings the national average is 750 students per nurse. Iredell Statesville Schools was somewhere around 1,300 students per nurse. With the 6 additional positions, we're right at 1,000 or just a little under, which is below the state average. So I'm glad to say that we're providing additional support services through our nurses, and all too often our nurses, when they're checking the health of a student, may also find out or discover that the student may have some mental health issues that no one else may not have been aware of. So they are our first line defense sometimes at uncovering where there's additional support services needed. Unfortunately, they are homes where students, the only person that's supporting that student, if in an abusive situation at home, are our teachers. About 20% of the referrals for child abuse and child neglect come from teachers. So with our kids not being in school, there's another point of contention we worry about as educators, making sure our children are protected in our community. Another one, we participate in a juvenile crime prevention council, so we do work on the other end. We use the Aspire program with our teenagers with vaping. That's probably been one of the largest things we've dealt with in recent years, is the increase in vaping. Of course, we always have told youth that tobacco use is not good for your health, but vaping also fits in that same category. So we've had just a tremendous growth in vaping and education there. And again, we have several certified staff specialists, so we're constantly going to professional development workshops, trying to improve our skill set so we can identify issues within our student body that we can help parents and students overcome those things. And again, it's unfortunate with our current society, we do see an escalation in drug abuse. So we appreciate your support. Of course, as taxpayers, provide us the additional dollars we need to do these programs, and it's very important for the overall health of our community. And we do want to be a vital part in drug prevention, drug awareness, and recovery. So thank you for that. Continue to support Iredell-Statesville schools, and we'll do great things together.
My name is Michelle Wigley, and I work for the Iredell-Statesville school system, and I am the district substance use coordinator. I am here today to support the Iredell Recovery Walk, and I'm also here to share really great news about our district. We were offered $12 million from federal grants over a 5-year period, which enabled us to be able to provide services to our students more convenient and accessible. We have a great collaboration with Children's Hope Alliance, who is providing in-house mental health care to any student who needs it. They've also been given the ability to hire additional nurses and social works, and really given these children a new opportunity to be able to work on their traumas and things that have affected them in a school setting where they can learn and feel safe while doing so. These grants have also given us the opportunity to be able to train staff in better ways to help children who may have experienced any type of trauma or abuse or anything in their home setting, and really give them an opportunity to learn and grow, as well as bringing in a family component. We really are trying to get the entire picture for a child to be changed. We want to help and provide them with the skills that they need to effectively manage stress in their home environment and in their school environment. And we have been able to do so and will continue to do so.
Thank you so much, Jeff and Michelle, for that great information about the many programs that Iredell-Statesville Schools has to help prevent our students from falling into substance use disorder, as well as getting help for those who do. Make sure you tune in to the Iredell Walk for Recovery Facebook page on Sunday, September 27th at 7 p.m. for our big virtual Iredell Walk for Recovery celebration finale, featuring powerful personal stories, community leaders, and experts, as well as music from local artists, including Rocky Lynn, Dane Page, Bryce Reese, and Cody Gillen. We want to say thanks to our sponsors who made all of this month's online programming possible. On the silver level, ARMS, the Drug Alcohol Coalition of Iredell, Fifth Street Ministries, Iredell Free News, Jody Province Counseling, Partners Behavioral Health, Piedmont Healthcare, PQA, Southern Family Medicine, and WAME. And on the bronze level, the Center for Emotional Health and Turning Point.